It's me. Welcome to another episode of Tell Me More with Tony Moore. If you have joined us for the first time, thank you so much. If you've been joining me all day, I appreciate you. I had an interview with Alex Newell from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, Mayhem Miller from RuPaul's Drag Race, and now I am super excited to talk to a very talented person. He is a singer-songwriter. He just released his EP called The Feeling, which is amazing. If you haven't already, make sure you go and download it. And we're going to talk music, and we're also going to talk about some special submissions that he's looking for. So sit back, relax. Y'all ain't going nowhere because we all supposed to be at home. And it's now time for a Kiki. So let me bring Vincint on in. Talk. I always get nervous because you never know how the internet is. Oh, hey!
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, I'm a huge fan.
You're done. You're finished. You're almost done. You're done. You're done.
How are you?
I am well.
What? Let me see this earring that we're given.
It's like, it's just obscenely long for no reason.
No, listen, the longer the better. Like, hello?
Tease tea.
I mean, I'm just saying. Are you staying safe? Are you washing your hands? Are you staying in the house?
I haven't left my house in 7 days.
Okay, good. So you are helping to flatten the curve.
Girl, we're doing everything but going outside.
Are you eating your quarantine snacks? Don't eat them all.
Great. Listen, it's real out here. I cannot get sick.
Listen, who you telling? I can't afford it.
To be fair, though, I was sick at the beginning of this. Like, had a terrible, terrible cold.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah.
I got sick, and I usually don't get sick. I got sick in January.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I was fine. Like, I got my Z-Pack and, like, recovered and everything.
Yeah.
But now with all this, for 2 seconds, I was like, wait a minute.
Same.
Yeah.
I never get sick.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, I think I'm fine. But, like, I was sitting in the house.
Wild. It's what I was in France in November, at the end of November. And I was there for Thanksgiving, and I was sick the whole time. And I never get sick.
Right.
Like, I never catch a cold or anything. And, like, I was in my hotel room for, like, 3 days out of it, just, like, really, really sick. Then I got back here, and I was with my manager, and my manager also tested positive for corona, but he's in New York. But we were here for my EP stuff in February.
Yeah. And
I was just like, some of this doesn't seem right. And I don't think that I had it. This is my manager.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Hold on, it's gonna come back. Oh, what had happened? Okay, hold on. I gotta get Vincent back. See, somebody text him probably in the middle of this, and he was like, uh-oh. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. He's coming back. Yay!
Hello. But yeah, I got sick a couple days ago, and it was just like a really like terrible cough. It was none of like extreme symptoms, and so in my mind I was like, I definitely don't have it. And then I looked up online and listened. My friend Sarah's a nurse, and she was like, "You don't have extreme symptoms, but you have symptoms." And I was like, "Tight, I'm gonna sit in the house."
Yeah, like this is making people go, okay, when was the last time I was sick? Let me check some stuff. Let me make sure that like I'm okay. But right now, everybody just needs to listen to what folks are saying. Stay in your house. Don't go nowhere. Like, don't go nowhere unless you absolutely need to.
Literally, everyone's always posting memes about, oh, it's Monday and I hate it. And it's like, now you don't have to go anywhere.
Listen,
stay in your house.
This is the staycation I have been asking for. Like, my internet is working. I got food. I got cable.
Services are up.
Everything. I'm borrowing a friend's Netflix and Hulu. I'm good.
My manager was like, this is your heaven. I was like, yeah, this is my heaven because I'm always gone and I love to be home. I love to sit in my house and not do anything.
You are in the house living your life.
Listen, always.
Okay, so first of all, I know I always say I'm a huge fan, but I really am just super proud of you and think that you are a super talented person. When I saw you live finally at the Troubadour, I was like, first of all, I don't appreciate the fact that you gagged me by doing the whole Beyonce money routine.
You have to pay tribute.
But I was not expecting that. Like, I was expecting you to be very, very Adele and like sing wonderfully, sing beautifully, like in one place. Miss Vincent said, "Oh, y'all here for a 5, 6, 7, 8? Look to the left, look to the right, bang!" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I think everyone always expects that. Like, they always expect for me to be like standing there singing, just singing Creep and being like very stoic and not moving around. And it is not even remotely how any of my shows are. Like, all of my shows are very, very high energy. Like choreo, everything.
I was gagged. I was gagged. I was living. I was also like, how can I get in? Like, for the first time, I will be a Kelly to your Beyonce, and I am usually never Kelly, ever. But I will for one night only.
Oh my God. Not a Dreamgirls reference. Not you still not getting away from it. Zach Kassar and these nasty things you're putting on my... I see you.
Oh, which one?
Zach Kassar.
Oh, well, you know what? Let's just take care of this, because...
No, he's great. He's perfect.
Oh,
he's like my brother. He's just nasty.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, click, clack, boom, we gone, because I don't need that energy, not with this quarantine. Okay, so let's talk about the EP, because as an independent artist, it is super hard to get your work out there. Like, what were the hardships that you faced getting this out there? Because as a creative, we want to put stuff out so that people can feel the feels that we're feeling.
Yeah.
But what are some of the, so that people can understand when you don't have the machine behind you, how hard it is to get yourself out there?
I mean, to be very upfront and fair, it's not very hard to put your music out. You can put it out anywhere, as you know. You can put it on any streaming platform, any social media platform, and you can have your music be seen by people. Getting it seen by more than just your friends is the hard part. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't have a big machine behind me now, and I'm not signed to a label. I have a small distribution deal with Cobalt, and that helped a lot with getting everything done on my EP. But for the most part, it takes money. Yeah. It takes working and saving up and being able to put stuff behind it, being able to push your music on streaming platforms, being able to buy ads and do things like that. And I think it's not talked about enough between independent artists and management for independent artists that it takes more than just you being good at what you do. Or being great or have a social media following. Because, the following is great, but if the following doesn't connect with what you do, it doesn't really matter. You have to be able to fund it. And no one talks about that part. And it is important. You have to be able to have the funds to make it all work. Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of things that I would love to do. But there's not that money tree outside that I can just go pluck a couple of dollars from and then be like, oh, that costs this much? Here you go. Like, that doesn't exist. And I think people don't realize that, like, you can be the most talented person in the world, but no one can hear your stuff if you don't have money to produce it, if you don't have money to put it out there. And it takes a lot. And even just with friendships, like, people don't understand the 2 seconds that you take to, like, share something. That means more than anything, because now we're reaching a few more people that we couldn't reach. And then if those people share, then so every little bit helps.
I mean, that's literally how I got a platform. Like, people share the Creep video from the show. Like, they shared it and shared it. And then when I put out my first thing the day of the finale, everyone was like, tight, we'll share this too. It didn't happen without people who are watching now and people who happen to be watching then. It's not because I'm just the money in it as well. It has to be people who want to engage with it. And you have to have something that is worth engaging in, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, the show that you're talking about is when you were on The Four.
Yeah.
Which was great. I feel like I only watched your stuff and then the guy who turned into a meme. Like, that's it.
Yikes. Well, Evie's here and Evie's great. Hi, Evie. Everyone on the show.
Oh, hi.
She's perfect in every way.
Hi there.
But the guy who turned into a meme. Oh, the guy. That was a different season, I think. He did the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. For you, like being able to have this platform to now really showcase yourself. How was that experience for you? And what were you feeling like? Were you nervous or were you just like ready to go in and just show people this is what I do?
I hate when people say they weren't nervous about like singing on stage or anything like that. I'm always like, you're lying. There's no way that you're not, like, you can be so confident and know that you are great at something.
Yeah.
And still be nervous. So I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, I wasn't nervous at all. I knew that I was gonna be great. There's no way. I had never done anything like that before. And
yeah,
to come on, my dryer is having a moment.
Oh.
Not a vocal. So I got up there and I had never done anything like that before. So to be on stage and to be in front of them was nerve-wracking, you know?
Yeah.
Do I love TV shows that pit singers against each other? No, I think they're really, really stupid and shouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But I had been approached by this producer from the show who I had met through a previous thing, like years ago, and we had become friends, and she was like, you should try this. I think it'll be really great for you, and if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. And I was like, awesome. She came to me the first time, and she presented the concept for everything, and I was like, I don't really like this. I don't like what it stands for. I'm not digging it.
Yeah.
And so I decided to watch the show. That's kind of where it started, and I was like, okay, great. I'm going to watch it and see if anything like stands out to me. And every time a singer came on, it was something that sounded like me, or I loved the way the voices sounded. I had never heard that sound on a TV show before. And I was like, okay, cool. So we waited a while, and then they came back for a third time, and I was like, sure, I'll do this if I can go on there and just sing. I don't want to go on and be like some weird like character. I don't want to like hype it up for you because that's just not who I am. I hype it up on stage, and when I'm off stage, I'm like crazy in myself. But I'm not like some character that I want you to sell. Yeah. And I don't want to be made fun of for being gay. That was like my foundation for all of it. And I was like, if I go on, I want to just show kids who look and sound like me, who happen to be LGBTQ, whether white, black, blue, purple, or green, that you can do this and not be made fun of. And like, there's a chance that could happen for you too, if that's something you want to do.
Yes.
And so it really it opened so many doors for me. Like I had been doing a bunch, and I had been selling out shows in LA, and it was really cool, but I never on the level where I was like 60 million viewers a night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's just it just wasn't possible without them. So I'm super grateful for it, but I do it again now.
I always feel like those competition shows, first and foremost, it's a show. Yeah. So these talented people and singers who were like, I don't understand why they didn't make it, or what. It's because at the end of the day, they're making a show and they want someone to, have those character traits and things like that. Like, when you said, like, about being gay, I feel like producers suddenly want to amp you up to be this, like sassy, like, over the top, like, androgynous, like, all this kind of stuff. And, like, not every gay person is like that. Like,
now, am I like that? Yes. From time to time, we change gears.
Listen.
We switch it out.
Look, let me tell you something. When I stomped through the down the streets of West Hollywood, she's walking to the beat of Beyonce. She feels the wind in her hair. She feels the 28 inches of hair that does not exist, but she will still flip. Like that's me. But then I don't like when people want you to amp that up, and I'm like, but that's not me on an everyday basis. Like the foundation of me is always just very chill, just very calm, but when I have to go in, I'll go in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But I'm glad that you said all that, and I'm glad that you were able to have that platform just to showcase yourself. But you also went in just staying true to who you are, which I think is very important in that situation. I was just talking to a guy the other day. His name is Steve Cannell. He was on The Voice. And we were just talking about his experience and everything like that. And, he He was the nice guy. Like during those battle scenes, he like wished that he showcased himself instead of worrying about someone else. And I'm like, yeah, like so you got to go in there just being you and being able to showcase you.
You have to do that. And I think what people often forget about that is what you put on there is what people will see.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they'll think that you are.
Yeah.
And so my mindset was, because my mother called me before I did any of this, because I talked to her about everything, and she was like, don't get on here and show your ass.
Oh, you got the talk. Oh, you
and
got
I said, got it. Because my mom was like, I will come to California and I will kill you. And I said, TST, got it.
Yep.
Like, don't get on here and act like you haven't been raised right.
Yep.
Also, I think it's just important to be on those kinds of things and understand that if you get on there and you're snarky and you say mean things, that's what people are going to think you are. And that may not be all of your personality, but it's what you showcased. So it's who I think you are.
I'm glad your mama kept you grounded because I get that conversation all the time. Look, my mom told me, she said, I don't care how old you are, I'll still whoop your ass.
She wasn't joking.
No.
My mom is big.
Look,
no time.
Because let you have act up. She would have been on the set and you would have been like, Mom, she would have said, what'd I tell you?
Quick, with the right hook.
Come here.
Because I told you I was coming.
Yeah.
And you played like I wasn't.
Yeah, and I synced the show last week, and what did I tell you? Bring your little ass over here.
I just knew that I didn't want to be a victim. And so I know how to act right.
So you got to act right. Exactly.
Also, sorry I'm being ratchet and eating these grapes. I am so hungry.
No, listen, live your life. This is very casual. Listen, we are not on Paramount. This ain't on no set. This is you in your house. I'm in mine. You see me. I got my mug. She's sipping water. Like, we good. Yeah. Okay, so how did it feel for you to finally release your EP? And also, because I feel like as any singer-songwriter, it's very vulnerable to put these songs out. Is your mom in here?
Yeah, she just entered the chat.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Look, I done got nervous too because one thing about black mamas is that they will not only whoop you, they'll whoop the other person too.
Unless it's like tell you to tell your mom that they did, and they can call and talk about it.
Yeah, it's like black mamas unite and everybody has permission to whoop everybody else's kids. So I'm not trying to get a whooping either. So I'm just we gonna keep it real cute. Let me sit back and act like you told me raised me right. But how did it feel for you? Because, you know, again, these songs I know are very vulnerable and personal to you. To finally release this and put it out there, what were the feels you were having?
Oh man, this is so strange because this is my first time like talking about this in front of like people. Mm-hmm. It was that Holy P was like such a labor of love because I'm so precious with things and I'm learning over the last year and a half not to be that way. I'm like, if it's not perfect, then no one needs to hear it. And if it never is perfect, then no one's ever going to hear it. And I had to come to a compromise with myself and understand that this is something that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And I needed to make sure that it was honest.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, I would write a song and then I would send it to a bunch of friends. I'd be like, what do you think of this? And how do you think this sounds? As opposed to just like sitting with myself and being like, I think this is great. And I know that this is what I want to say. As opposed to hearing so many different opinions and being like, okay, great. Now I'll think about it and see if I agree with them.
Yeah.
You know? Writing it for me was, like I said, a labor of love. It's about relationships, my relationship, my friendships, my family life. It's like there's so many things put into each of the songs that it's kind of a whole chapter of my life. A really big catalyst for me putting it out was I lost my dad last October.
Yeah.
And so he never got to hear the whole EP. He never got to hear all of it. And he was so adamant about like getting it done. He was like, you can get it done. You can like put it out. And him not being able to hear it was like just such a kick in the ass, you know, where it's like things, nothing's too precious that you shouldn't let the people in your life hear it or know who you are or hear everything that's inside your heart.
Yeah.
Because you may not get the chance to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And for me, that was a really big moment in my life where I had to realize that it's just music.
Yeah.
Yes, it's my life, and it's from my heart, and I want it to be right, and I want it to be great, but it's just music, and it's not meant to be hidden away or like it's so precious that I can't give it to people. It's for people. It's for the community that I have built around me, or I like to think that I built around me, to kind of heal from or find their way through whatever they're going through, you know?
Yeah.
So putting it out for me was just such a weight, like an emotional weight off my shoulders.
I feel like as artists, we always put pressure on ourselves because we want everything to be so perfect. It's like we have an idea and we'll sit on that idea until we feel like it's right enough to do it. And then it's right enough to put it out. And what I started to do and learn is that sometimes you have to do it in order to learn, in order to perfect it. You can't know if something is going to be good unless you do it. And you may stumble and fall, but you get back up, you look at what you did, you make sure you don't do it again, and then you keep putting it out there. And especially if you're someone who feels like you have a voice, you have a story, you have something to say, like it's important because we live in a day and age where we want to relate to people. So your story could benefit someone else. You know, I'm sure there's many songs on the EP that people go, that's me, or I've been through that, or it helps them kind of get through the light of the end of the tunnel. So I think it's good that you pushed yourself to do it. Unfortunate the catalyst that made you do it, but at least it's out there because when I heard Please Don't, I was like, oh, that's me all the time with every boy that, and not even the boys that I've dated, because I've only dated one, but just even the boys that I've had crushes on, where like, I'm like, oh, no, okay, so you're going to do all that. All right, well, that's, okay, get it. So, thank you for that. Is there, wait.
You got it.
There it is. See, I'm at an age where I forget stuff. Is there? I am. Listen, this black melanin may make me look young, but she's getting older. Is there an artist or album that you feel like is like the soundtrack to your life? Someone that you feel like every time they put a song out, you relate to it, and it's something that you have gone through, currently going through, or maybe you foresee yourself going through. An album or artist?
Yes, that's a yes to that question. There are 3 different artists I feel that way about. Beyonce sometimes, because we all love Beyonce and I love her a lot, but I don't think that I've gone through half the shit that she's gone through. It's very intense. But she does release songs every once in a while where I'm like, I feel that way. Sarah Bareilles. The album that Brave is on. That is I can't remember the name of it because it's long, but it's The Blessed Unrest, I think it's what it's called. It's her album, and it changed my entire life. It changed the way I look at songwriting. It changed the way that I look at things and how to talk about them and how to write about them, how to sing about them. And one of my best friends, Betty Who. Every time she releases a song, I'm like, I've felt that. Yeah. And I feel it in a way because she has such a unique talent for telling stories. Yeah. And it's in a way where everyone can understand it. I think that's such a unique talent that not a lot of people have. I try to have that in my things, and I think I'm getting better at it. But it's one of those things where you could hear it, I could hear it, we both understand it, have different meanings for us, but we both the treatment of it. Yeah.
When you mentioned Beyonce, feel like that too. The one song that really stands out is Resentment.
Oh, fuck.
When she released that, I was going through my first breakup,
Oof.
and I played that song over. I changed some of the words because I wasn't riding with him for 6 years. It was like 6 months, but I still felt what she was saying.
Yeah.
In my heart and in my spirit. And I listened to that for about a week until I finally got over it. And then there were some other songs that, helped me to get over it. But
yeah. Funny story about that song.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jasmine Sullivan that wrote it.
Uh-huh.
It's Victoria Beckham of the Spice Girls.
Who?
Victoria Beckham of the Spice Girls.
Posh Spice.
Yeah. She has a
Wrote
version of it and everything. Yeah.
Wrote Resentment.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Or if I'm not mistaken, yes. If I was told this and I looked it up. She has a version of it before Jasmine's is out and before Beyonce's is out as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously like not as like grand, but it's great.
I'm always super surprised at like someone who wrote a song for someone else because you would never think, oh, that person wrote that.
No, never.
And especially Victoria Beckham, like,
yeah, crazy.
Like, bitch, that's deep. But now I'm also like, what were you going through, Victoria? Yeah, like what? Like, okay, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and put out that memoir so that we can know what you was going through.
The human experience is so intense that you would never think half the people that go through half the shit they go through have went through it.
Yeah.
Because you look at them and you're like, you haven't gone through anything,
Right.
And they wear it so well, but in the end, it's like, no. Pretty much everyone you know at some degree has gone through the exact same thing you've gone through, and they just wear it really well.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people wear a very cute lace front mask and hide all of their feelings behind it, and you'll never know. That's why I always find it important to communicate and talk to people.
Yeah.
And not through text. Like, if my relationship with you is different, I'm going to call you and ask you, how are you doing? So I can hear the inflection in your voice. So I can hear, certain things to make sure that you are okay. Because you can tell me you're okay via text. But when you hear something, it's different.
Yeah.
So, I feel like after this, we're going to have to say a prayer for everybody. Which song on the EP would you say is your most telling, vulnerable song? Because I know they all have each one of them have a very special meaning.
Yeah.
But there's always that one that was like, oh, I put everything into this.
I think it would have to be Miss You.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's just, at least for me, it's such a vulnerable thing for me that I'm not very good at it being like, I miss you.
Yeah.
And when I was writing the song, I wrote it with two really, really special artists, Storyboards and Jordy. And we were talking about the situation that I had gone through and just the growth that I had gone through over that year and things that I had learned about myself and about the other person and about the situation and what I could have done better and what could have gone differently in the world or idea-wise. And I was just sitting there and I was like, fuck, I miss it and I miss him. And it was something I had not said out loud before in a very long time. And so for me, I just went and recanted everything that I had missed.
Yeah.
I wrote the song a year from the day that I had last saw him, or last spoke with him about an intimate thing. And so for me, it was like kind of like serendipitous, and I'm a big believer in serendipity.
Yeah.
And the first line, has it been a year? Ain't it crazy how time flies by? Are you serious? Feels like we just said goodbye. Because I think when you talk about those kinds of things with anyone who isn't that person, it immediately becomes real again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was probably the first song on the EP when I got done I just like sat down for an hour in the session and we just listened to it and listened to it and listened to it. And Jordy cried and Harrison cried and I cried because it was one of those things where it was such a euphoric, healing moment for myself and hopefully for them too, where it was like, it's okay to feel that way, you know?
Yeah.
It's okay to still want that feeling.
Yeah.
Because it makes us human, and I think my overall goal in this life is to feel human all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to become this kind of jaded, kind of like angry person. Yeah, that happens and it's in some of my music, but it's not who I want my person to be.
Right.
And so for me, it's definitely the most like, you know?
Yeah.
And the feeling is a close second because I literally say it in the whole song is literally me being like, I'm angry with you, but I fucking love you. And
yeah,
it's not about you, but it's about you, but it's more so about me understanding it, you know?
Yeah. I think as people, we forget that it's okay to feel the feels. And it's okay to admit to yourself that you're feeling the feels. Because there's a lot of things that I'll say out loud and I'm like, huh, I never really, now that I've said it out loud, it's real, you know, like, and you take a minute and it's like, it's okay to feel like that. Because as strong as we want to be, and as strong as we want to put out there that we are, sometimes we're not. And it's okay.
Dude, the amount of conversations I have out loud, I talk to myself all the time.
Oh my God, me too.
All the time. But I found that it is therapeutic for me. It may not work for everyone else. Because you say it inside your head all day, you don't say these things, you think them, you overthink them, and you waste time thinking about the same fucking thing over and over again. Yeah. And now I'm like, what the fuck is up? Like, are you sad? And then I start to work it out for myself, you know? Because it's just not healthy. You gotta be healthy.
Yeah, and you gotta get it out. Because if you hold on to that's the energy and stuff that, oh my God, I hate saying like energy because it makes me sound real LA.
That's what it is.
But you don't want to hold on to that because it really interrupts your happy.
Yeah, it's not helping you at all.
Not at all.
That's what the whole feeling is about.
I literally have full-on conversations with myself.
Yeah.
When no one's around.
Yeah.
And it is very therapeutic because sometimes I don't want to burden other people with my stuff.
Exactly.
So
if it's something I know that I can figure out for myself, I'll do it.
Yeah.
When I need the help, I'll go get it.
Yeah. What was the process of putting this together? Like, how long did it take you to write the songs, feel the feels, get it all together, and then finally like put it out? Because I'm pretty sure it didn't take just like a second. Like, it takes a minute.
I think it's funny because I started writing this EP 3 years ago.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
None of the songs that I wrote in those 3 years are on it. None. But because I think all the songs I had written, they were honest to my experience, but they weren't good enough for me. And over those 3 years, I grew vocally. My pen grew. My understanding of emotions grew.
Yeah.
And then I started to realize what love was and realize what good love was and what toxic love was and what greedy love was and what giving love was in so many different aspects of my life, you know? And just sitting in the middle, like, and that's not all relationship stuff. That's just like me in friendships and home relationships, you know, just like kind of understanding, oh, you can feel that way and feel this way, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know? And then I started seeing someone, and it was great, and it was amazing, and I don't think I've ever felt a love like that, you know? And things didn't work out, and we went our separate ways, and it's shitty that things end.
Yes.
But also beautiful that they happened. I know that sounds hella hallmarky, but it opened my mind up. I wrote this EP in the year after that.
Because there's growth.
Yeah.
There's growth in you as a person. Like, you know, in those 3 years, you know, you experience different things and grow from those experiences and learn from those experiences. So you become a different person and hopefully a better person.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
I know I had so much growing up to do.
Yeah.
And at the time that before I even wrote it, you could have told me, like, you need to grow up. And I'd have been like, you need to fuck off. You know? Because no one listens. Like, you know what I mean?
No, like, no one wants to hear that. It's like, what you talking about, grow up? I am grown.
You know, I am grown. I pay my bills. I'm grown.
Right.
Emotionally growing is so much different than growing up.
Yeah.
2 different things.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I wrote all those songs in the year before it came out. And it was probably one of the toughest, most revealing things about myself because I had to, like, really unwrap some shit. Like,
yeah.
I had not known what loving someone really took and what loving someone meant fully. Being 100% honest with not only them but yourself in that situation and understanding that your needs are important but so are theirs. You know, it's one of those things where it's like you have to grow up in order to grow into someone, I guess. You know what I mean? Essentially, you people writing. It's one of those situations where I didn't understand how immature at love I was. Did I know how to love? Yes. Did I know how to love fully? No. And I think I'm still learning how to do that. But it took me that year to kind of understand, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I felt that way. Oh, this is why I missed this.
Yeah.
And this is why this is happening, and so on and so forth. But it was the best year of my life. It was also the worst year of my life because I lost my dad and just shitty other things happened as well. But so many other amazing things happened. I had one of the best years of my life that year as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I think life makes you grow up at a strange time. I was just talking to a friend about this yesterday on the phone, where it was like, this has been the strangest time of my entire life. From beginning of last year to October being shit to this all happening right now, I feel like I'm in some weird, like, outer limits fucking time zone where I don't know what's going on. But also in the middle of it, I'm learning how to be a man. And what that means for me, you know what I mean? Not like macho man, but like an adult.
Yeah.
Like human overall. And I think it's been weird. It's been strange, but
I think that's all.
Nice.
It's all a part of our journey. It's all a part of our growth. We never know when it's going to happen, but it just does. And then here you are, like, you learn from those experiences. You've grown from those experiences. You know, you're not the same person that you were 3 years ago when you put pen to paper and, like, started this EP. Like, totally different person.
Yeah, completely different person.
Yeah.
Had I met me now, I would have not liked me.
Damn.
Like, old me would not like this me. Because this me's hella honest with himself.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready for that shit then. You know?
That's made me wonder if, like, me 5 years ago would like me now.
I'd be proud of you.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah. We get along.
I'd for sure be proud of me, and I think I'd like some attributes of myself.
Yeah.
But this whole, like, no, you're allowed and you're wrong thing is very new. And I love it now, but Obi would have been like, you're trash and I don't like you. We won't be friends. My mom just said, okay, that's enough with the cussing. Got it.
Please listen to your mama because flights are cheap right now. And if she come ringing your doorbell, I'm hiding.
Physical altercations. AKA me being tore up.
I'll be like, call me, girl, if you need me.
I don't want to be a victim.
Who are some of your, this is that typical question. I hate typical questions, but I like to know because people just inspire you. Who are some of the people that inspire you?
When I get asked this, I always say my friends.
Yeah.
I have some of the most creative friends, I think, ever. They are like psychopaths for sure. But
aren't those the most creative people?
Yeah, crazy people. But my friends, like my two best friends, Nick Sampson and Mario Jose, they're both musicians.
I know them and I love them both.
You know, I'm just so lucky to have those two because they inspire the hell out of me because it's tough out here for musicians and it's tough out here to find out if the world would like what you do.
Yeah.
And going when they don't, you know?
Yeah.
Scott Hoying is another friend of mine. I watch him have world stadium tours and I'm like, that's incredible. But that's also someone who worked from the ground up to figure out what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then did it. You know?
Yeah.
Betty. My friend Parson James. Been through the ringer. About to have one of the best years of his life. You know what I mean? It's like Brayton Bowman, one of my other friends. Crazy, amazing artist. Like people like that. It's just my friends. I have such a good group of people around me who just pour into you, and that's what you need. And from now on, you know.
And it's just important to surround yourself with good people because I think it also pushes you to be just as great and to also know that you can be great and to have that support, especially being a creative type, is so important because it can be real lonely sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're just trying to like figure stuff out and you're asking yourself, should I keep going? Is this for me? Like it's in my heart, but is anyone really paying attention to what I'm doing?
It's literally, it's so strange. I'm so, Scott, am I your fave friend? Be honest. Sure. Yes. No way. It's so funny that you say that because I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm like, if I think it's great, I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. It took me a long time to get there. And the last year, I think I've experienced like good things happening in my life. And people who I thought would be happy for me weren't happy for me. And that to me, that had never happened to me before.
Yeah.
Like, I was always on the sidelines watching all my best friends got signed in college.
Yeah.
You know? And so I had 3 years where I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I just need to get it right. And like, I'm gonna do it, don't worry. And now it's like one of those things where not even like these aren't my best friends, but like just people like in the music community that I'm like, oh, that's strange. Like, sucks, but like also I'm Rob Kennedy's son. Like, I'm not worried about you not liking me or anything like that. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's just it's unique to see that, but it's also it's good to know.
Yeah.
You know? It's eye-opening and it makes me love my people more.
Yes. I have said this time and time again. This whole thing with the quarantine, we gonna come out of this with some different relationships and some different takes on some people. Trust and believe. Because I'm already thinking.
Who was I just talking to about this? I just said, yo, I have friended so many people, parties, going out, playing the game. You do you, but just know I see you.
Yep.
I see you out here not caring about anybody else but yourself.
Yep.
Selfish.
Very. And this past week, I've just been sitting over here just taking notes. Because when I'm able to come out this house, some of y'all gonna be in for an awakening because I done woke up. She's up. She done seen some things now. Yeah. She done seen some things.
I ate this whole bag of grapes.
No, you did not just eat that whole bag of grapes.
Hungry. Barbecue chicken in the oven. Eating at this house. You hear me?
So the grapes were the appetizer.
Yeah.
And then you're going to eat the barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I had a snack before I got on. I'm just saying.
You try
Like,
to play me and leave me out here alone on my own, and you out here smacking. It's so rude and disrespectful.
because I'm one of those type of people. I love food, obviously. And
Not obviously.
I need a moment. Like, it's like I'm on a date with food. It's just me and the food, and we can spend time with each other.
I've been there.
We get to know one another.
I'm on Ventura. Call me. It's literally just me in the booth on the side.
Yeah, and it's great, So that's why I was like, let me eat my snack before I come on here,
Yeah.
so that I won't be hungry. Because if I was hungry, about 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, I would have said, okay, this is cute. Okay, I gotta go back. Because the hunger sits in, and it's different. All right, so I was very happy to see that I wasn't the only person trying to be creative during this quarantine.
Yeah.
You as well, and you're calling on everybody, dancers, singers, whatever you can do to do something to your song, Save Myself.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me what you're looking for. I'm also going to probably send some people the flyer that you have. Because everybody's at the house. Everybody has no reason right now to do something. You ain't got nothing to do. This is something for people to do.
Yes. So the song the title is literally what the song's about. I wrote the song with Brandon Cobain, Patrick Hartman, and the producer Tito. And it's about feeling unsupported and knowing that you're worth something and knowing that you're good and knowing that you can get through anything that is kind of put in your way.
Please stop singing about my life. Please stop. Please stop doing the soundtrack of my life.
And so I was sitting down and I was writing a couple days ago, and I was like, this would be a good idea because you want to put content out. And I always feel grody, being like Snapchat me or do this or sing my song, because I just don't like it. And my
where did that voice come from?
Because that's how I feel about it. It feels so icky to me to be like, oh, there's a pandemic happening. Share my song. You know what I mean? Ew. I'm not judging anyone who does that. Live your truth. But for me, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, I was like, what's something you can sit in your house, you can sing, you can dance, you can paint to it, do anything you want, just move. Because I found myself getting into the cycle of being okay, this is sad. And the more that I look at the news, I'm like, I feel defeated. I don't know what to do about it, and I don't know how to help.
Yeah.
And I was like, the only way that I know how to help is to sing and to write songs. And so I was like, okay, great. How can I get the people that are in my community to help too? And so I was like, I got the idea, if you want to be a part of this music video, let's do it. So I've been getting, I think so far we have 100 submissions of videos.
Ooh.
Which is nuts. And I'm like, that's sick. Very excited to watch all of these and cry.
You got time.
Nothing but time.
Nothing but time.
Nothing but time.
To sit there and watch every single one of those submissions.
Literally. And that's all I've been doing is sitting and crying. But I was like, I wanna have something where they can just have fun.
Yeah.
You can sit in your house. Don't go and get your neighbor to do it with you, because that's not the idea.
Social distancing.
Feel free. Let it out. Just be completely uninhibited and enjoy yourself and know that this is not the end of the world,
Yeah.
I think once people have that feeling in them, it's going to be a lot easier to kind of comprehend and deal with what's happening.
Yes.
If I can be a part of that, I would love to be a part of that. And if you want to do it to someone else's song, I'm not here to judge you or tell you not to do that. Please just get up, move and feel and sing and dance and scream and cry and do whatever you need to do. But therapize yourself so you're not sulking in what's happening around us right now, because it's daunting, yes, but it's also doable,
Yeah. And I was talking to a friend of mine just about, this whole thing, and I'm on social media all the time. That's the problem with this quarantine thing is that I already love to talk, but now I'm slipping and sliding in DMs more often. Not like that. I'm just not like that. Not all of them, but but like, I'm just like wanting to talk to people and reach out and do something. And one of the things that a friend of mine and I were talking about was normalcy. Like in this situation, you have to feel normal and regular. So kind of set yourself on a regular schedule and like do something instead of just not knowing, because people are already cracking. People are already like, I'm going out of my mind. And I'm like, I don't understand why y'all are like,
open a window, stick your head out, you'll be fine.
do something. Like that, I'm pretty sure the people who are saying that, they room not clean. Clean your room. You got time. Organize your closet. You got time.
You got nothing but time.
Yeah. If you are creative, such as myself, here we go. I said we're gonna do an Instagram live show. I don't know how this gonna work out, but here we are.
Yeah.
Talking. You decided I'm gonna do a music video, and I'm gonna include all these folks that are dancing and singing to my song.
Why not?
Do something, people.
Do anything. Do anything. You know?
Yeah. So when the submissions are due on the 27th.
The 27th is the last day, and it's because I need to be able to put all this together and make it look nice. 27th is the last day for submissions. You can send in anything that you're doing to the song. Please don't send in you having sex to the song. That has happened. I'm proud of you, but I have been single for, I want to say, maybe a year and a half, 2 years now. I don't want to see you having sex. I'm lonely. I don't need that in my life. I'm happy for you, but I don't want to see it.
I'm gonna need people to see. Need people to use discretion.
Just at all times.
Okay, this is a word of advice. If you plan on submitting, stay clothed. Don't be.
You can be shirtless. You can do everything. Like, have a bra on if you're a lady. Whatever makes you happy. No nudity, you know?
No nudity. No sexual.
I don't want to see you going at it.
Somebody said boundaries. Boundaries.
Are there I haven't been reading these.
I've seen some of them.
Read me, Irene. Are those grapes sweet? You've been eating them for a while now. Just curious. They were great.
But please, people, because, and I'm pretty sure you weren't prepared for that. Like, you were like, oh, what's this video? Click. Oh. Okay.
I said.
Yeah.
How y'all do that?
Right. How you get up?
How you get up? How you get up there?
It was like, let me. Okay. Good for you. Somebody's flexible.
Good for you. Good for you.
Good for you. Where do they send it to?
It is I think it's vincintfan@gmail.com. Bradley, tell me if I'm wrong. I think he's in here. My manager, he will put up, I believe it's vincintfan, VINCINTFAN @gmail.com. Mm-hmm. But it's also in a highlight on my my page.
Yes.
It's the SM challenge, not and M challenge, just the Save Myself challenge, people. It's in the highlight. It's all the information's there. Yeah.
And then you're gonna put this all together and make a lovely video.
I am.
Are you gonna do it yourself?
Absolutely not. I know my strengths, and that is not one of them. No, I won't.
Listen, believe me, if someone's like, Tony, can you? I cannot edit a thing. I can give you the timestamp on where
give you the content, but I won't be editing it.
I won't be edited at all. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing like how it comes out, how creative people are. Right before this, I saw that you shared somebody in a unicorn onesie.
Yeah.
Living his entire life.
Also, that closet was that's his closet. He has room to slide in to his closet and dance around.
Oh, he was inside the closet.
I am poor.
Okay. I'm here for that. That's a lot of room. You know, some people, They don't. Their closet is the little thing they bought at IKEA.
Boo, 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 boo.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
But you know, either way, we're blessed.
For the rest of us,
For,
I'm yet praying.
for the rest of us, our clothes are underneath the bed. Stacked. I cannot. All right. Well, Vincent, I'm gonna let you go and finish eating and get the barbecue chicken out the stove because you don't want to overdo that. But I greatly appreciate you. I'm so happy for you. Like I literally was, when I saw you perform, I was so proud of what you were putting out there and what you were sharing with everyone, because I know it's a big thing to do, and to be in a room full of people that like embraced you was amazing. So congratulations to you on everything.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. And then we got 15 more seconds and this thing gonna end. So
That's not my
thank
song.
you, Vincent. I appreciate you. I love you. I will see you soon.
Yes.